Hello, this is Emma. My parents didn't notice I moved to another state is the title of the Alice tale I'm going to tell you today. In order to appear like the ideal family, Dad is now phoning and insisting that I attend my brother's wedding. He threatened to take away my inheritance if I didn't comply. They are unaware that I make more money than they do. All right, let's leave. My name is Alice. I'm a 27-year-old programmer. I'm standing in my nearly empty flat right now, examining the final few boxes I have to pack. I'm relocating to California tomorrow, and I must admit that I'm eager to leave this place. Alice, where do you want me to put these books? Emma, one of my friends, leaves the bedroom with a package that is far too heavy for her. Leave it near the door, please. In any case, I'm selling the most of them. I take out my tape and close another box. Thanks for helping me with all this. No issue. I'm still in shock that you're really going to go. Emma takes a seat on the old couch I'm not bringing with me. Are you sure you don't want to tell your parents? I chuckle, but not in a joyful way. Emma, they have no idea where I now reside. Why would I inform them that I'm relocating to a different state? Mike, my other friend, enters from the kitchen. Everything was finished in there. Tell me once more why your family is unaware of any of this. Since most of my furniture is already gone, I take a seat on the floor. Because my life has never been important to them. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that. Actually, they haven't. Mike and Emma exchange glances. Over the years, they have heard tidbits of my family's history, but I have never actually told them everything. You see, my brother David was the center of attention when I was a child. He was the golden kid from the beginning and is 2 years older than me. I won a science fair at school when I was 8, and he was 10. Are you aware of my parents' actions? That's good, honey, they responded, and then they spoke about David's soccer match for the remainder of supper. I made the honor roll each semester when I was 12. It was seldom acknowledged by my parents. However, they gave David a celebration once he joined the varsity football team. Mike gives a headshake. That's messed up. When we were adolescents, things became worse. My parents were pleased to cover the cost of David's attendance at this upscale private university. They sat me down and informed me I was on my own for college when I reached 18. They told I would have to sort it out on my own because they had already used their college funds on David. Wait, what? Emma appears astonished. They seriously said that? Yes. In order to pursue computer science, I was awarded a full scholarship. In fact, I was rather proficient at it. As it happened, I essentially ceased communicating with my family, moved into the dormitories, and took up part-time jobs to cover everything else. I was no longer invited home for the holidays. Happy birthday, they texted me once a year, and that was all. I stand up and begin taping a second box. Nothing changed when I graduated. I started working from home after getting this position at a software business, and I've been accumulating money for a place of my own. My mother, meantime, is always expressing her pride in David on Facebook. A few years ago, she shared photos from his promotion party. She shared pictures from his engagement party last month. They didn't invite you to his engagement party? Mike queries. No, but that doesn't surprise me. I've long since realized that I'm not truly a member of their family. Their kid is named David. I am only someone who shares their DNA. Emma gets up and embraces me. I apologize, Alice. That is very awful. It's all right. I've moved on from it. Actually, that's one of the reasons I'm so thrilled about this relocation. I received this incredible offer of employment from a Silicon Valley tech business. The work appears incredibly intriguing, and the pay is nearly double what I now make. You know, it's like a new beginning. That's awesome, says Mike. You deserve it. Thank you. The nicest aspect is that I didn't have to inform my parents about it or seek for their assistance. I managed the entire process on my own. I located the position, negotiated the pay, located a California apartment, and planned the transfer. Emma smiles. Look at you, being all independent and successful. Admittedly, I am pretty proud of myself. With this increased wage, I should be able to purchase my own home in a year or two, as I have been saving for years. Somewhere with good internet that is secure and peaceful. All I need is that. After packing the final few boxes, we order pizza and eat it while sitting on the floor. Being in my empty apartment seems strange, but it's also exhilarating, like if I'm going to begin a new chapter in my life. So, what's the plan for tomorrow? Emma queries. I have a flight at 2 p.m. I have already transported the remainder of my belongings to California, and I am bringing these final few boxes as baggage. I'm starting work on Monday, and I found a good apartment online. Have you told your grandmother about the move? Mike queries. Yes, I did give her a call last week. The only family member who has ever truly cared about my work is her. She gave me her best wishes and insisted that I give her a call once I was situated. Being my dad's mother, my grandma has always been unique among my relatives. She recalls details from my life and genuinely listens when I speak. When my parents refused to help me apply for college scholarships, she did it for me. When I obtained my first job, she was the one who called to congratulate me. She is essentially the only person of my family with whom I still communicate with. That's sweet, says Emma. I'm glad you have her. Me too. Even at the age of 75, she maintains her bright mind. She can see straight through my parents' charade, but she's too courteous to speak up. While enjoying some pizza, we discuss California, my upcoming job, and how much I will miss their company. In fact, it's pleasant. These are the individuals that show concern for me, inquire about my life, and join me in celebrating my accomplishments. I'm really going to miss you guys, I respond. We'll miss you too, Emma says, but we'll stay in touch. And maybe we can come visit you in California. I'd love that. I'll have a guest room once I get my own place. After they leave, I sit in my empty apartment one last time. Tomorrow, I'll be on a plane to California, starting my new life. No family drama, no feeling like an outsider at family gatherings I'm not invited to anyway, no watching my parents fawn over David while ignoring me. Just me, my career, and my future. It's going to be great. 6 months later, I'm sitting in my new apartment in California, and I have to say, life is pretty good. The job at the tech company is amazing, way better than I expected. My boss actually values my work. My coworkers are smart and fun to be around, and the salary is everything they promised and more. I've been saving money like crazy. With what I'm making now, I should be able to put a down payment on a house within a year. I've been looking at places online, mostly in quieter neighborhoods outside the city. As long as there's good internet, I'm happy. My phone rings, and I see it's an unknown number. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. Alice. It's my father's voice, and he sounds annoyed. Not surprised, just annoyed. I haven't heard from him in months. Actually, I can't remember the last time he called me. You need to come home for dinner next Saturday. Not, how are you? Not, I hope you're doing well. Just a demand. Typical. What dinner? I ask, even though I'm already pretty sure I don't want to go. David's fiance's parents want to meet you. They're traditional people, and family is important to them. They found out David has a sister, and they want to get to know you. This is important for David's future. I'm sure it is, but I'm not coming. What do you mean you're not coming? I can hear the anger building in his voice, but honestly, I find this whole situation hilarious. I mean exactly what I said. I'm not coming to your dinner party. Why not? And then I just can't help myself. I start laughing. Not a little chuckle, but full-on laughing. What's so funny? Dad demands. This whole thing is funny. You want to know why I'm not coming? I'll give you 3 reasons. First, we don't have a perfect family. You guys have a pet, that's David, and an outsider, that's me. Second, I'm not going to pretend to be part of some happy family for strangers just because you want me to. And third, I can't come to dinner because I moved to California 6 months ago. Dead silence on the other end. I can practically hear him processing what I just said. You moved to California and you didn't tell us? Why would I tell you? You never asked where I lived before. Then he explodes. How dare you move across the country without telling your family? What's your address? We need to know where you are. I'm still laughing. Dad, do you remember my old address? The one where I lived for 3 years. He doesn't answer right away. Alice, that's not the point. Actually, it is the point. You don't remember because you never cared enough to know. You've never been interested in my life, so why would I tell you where I live now or what I'm doing? Alice, you can't just, I hang up. My phone immediately starts ringing again. Dad's number. I don't answer. Then Mom calls, then David. I let them all go to voicemail. Then the texts start coming in. Mom, Alice, family is important. We shouldn't fight like this. David, come on, Alice, just show up for one dinner. You can go back to California right after. Dad, this is ridiculous. Call me back. More calls, more texts. It's like they suddenly remembered I exist, and they're not happy that I'm not jumping when they snap their fingers. I put my phone on silent and go make myself dinner. The entitlement is unbelievable. David needs his fiance's parents to think he comes from a good family, so suddenly they need me to play the part of the loving sister. Where was this concern for family when I was eating ramen in my dorm room because I couldn't afford anything else? The calls and texts keep coming for 3 days. I don't answer any of them. Some of the messages try to guilt me. Others try to bribe me, and a few are just angry demands. On the 3rd day, my grandmother calls. Hello, sweetheart. How are you settling into California? Really well, actually. I love it here. I'm so glad to hear that. Listen, your parents asked me to call you. I sigh. Let me guess. They want you to convince me to come to David's dinner thing. They do. But before I say anything else, I want you to know that I'm not going to pressure you. I know what your family situation is like, and I understand why you don't want to come. Thank you, Grandma. That means a lot. Your parents are upset that you moved without telling them. Grandma, they didn't even know where I lived before. How is that my fault? It's not your fault, sweetheart. I've watched this family dynamic for years, and I know how they've treated you. I've tried to talk to your father about it, but he doesn't want to hear it. I appreciate that you tried. I just want you to know that you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You're an adult. You're successful, and you have every right to live your life the way you choose. After we hang up, I feel better. At least someone in my family gets it. Saturday comes and goes. I spend it hiking in the mountains near my apartment. It's beautiful up there, and I don't think about family drama at all. Sunday morning, Dad calls again. Alice, we had to tell David's future in-laws that you were sick and couldn't make it to dinner. Okay, the wedding is in a month. You need to be there. I'm not coming to the wedding either. Alice, this is David's wedding. You have to come. No, I don't. If you don't come to this wedding and show David's in-laws that we're a normal, loving family, I'll disinherit you. I'll cut you off completely. I almost dropped the phone because I'm laughing so hard. You'll disinherit me, Dad? I make more money than you, Mom, and David combined. I don't need your money. Silence. Is that true? About your salary. If you'd ever bothered to ask about my life, you'd know that I work for a major tech company and make a very good living. Suddenly, his whole tone changes. Alice, we've always been proud of you. We just want you to come home so we can all be together as a family. I hang up without saying anything. An hour later, David starts texting me about how proud he is of me and how he's always thought about me and missed me. It's pathetic. Now that they know I'm successful, they want me back in their lives. I'm done with all of them. I block their numbers and delete their contacts. A month goes by, and it's honestly the most peaceful month I've had in years. No calls from my parents, no guilt trips, no demands. Just me, my work, and my life in California. I've been house hunting online during my lunch breaks. There are some really nice places about an hour outside the city, quiet neighborhoods with good schools, even though I don't have kids. I like the idea of living somewhere stable, somewhere I can put down roots. My phone rings on a Sunday afternoon. It's my grandmother. Hello, sweetheart. How are you doing? Really good. I'm looking at houses online. I think I found a few I want to see in person. That's wonderful, Alice. I wanted to tell you about it, and I have some photos to send you. Oh, okay. How did it go? It was tense. Your parents were not happy that you didn't come. They kept making excuses for why you weren't there, and it was obvious they were uncomfortable. What kind of excuses? First, they said you were still sick. Then they said you had to work. Then they said you were traveling for business. The bride's parents didn't seem to believe any of it. I leaned back on my couch. That must have been awkward. It was. And David looked disappointed the whole time. He kept checking his phone, I think, hoping you'd change your mind and show up. Well, that's not my problem. No, it's not. But Alice, there's something else you should know. A few days before the wedding, The bride's parents had a very unpleasant conversation with your parents. What kind of conversation? Apparently, they did some research about your family. They found out that your parents had basically ignored you for years and that David was clearly the favorite child. They weren't happy about it. I sit up straighter. Really? Really? From what I heard, they told your parents that they were disappointed in how they treated you, and they questioned whether David came from the kind of family they wanted their daughter to marry into. Wow, that's actually kind of satisfying. Your parents and the bride's parents ended up having a big fight about it. The whole wedding had this uncomfortable atmosphere. Everyone could tell there was tension. Did the bride's parents say anything to David? Yes, I believe they discussed it with him. According to what your cousin told me, they questioned him about why he had never spoken of having a sister and why you weren't active in his life. What did he say? I'm not sure, but it didn't seem to go well. Throughout the whole ceremony, the bride appeared distressed. Later that day, Grandma mails me the pictures. I use my laptop to browse through them. My parents' smiles are phony and strained. David seems uneasy and continues looking around as if he's trying to find me or someone else. The parents of the bride appear harsh and dissatisfied. I declare aloud, "This is perfect," to my empty flat. My grandma calls again the next morning. "Alice, I wanted to give you an update on the family situation." What's going on now? It appears that the bride's parents are still unhappy with the situation as a whole. They're not happy with the responses they're receiving to their increasing queries about why you missed the wedding. Good. Your folks are becoming anxious. They understand how they treat you might have an impact on David's marriage and his connection with his new in-laws. That's their problem, not mine. I know, sweetheart, but I think you should know that they're starting to understand that their actions have consequences. Thank you for keeping me updated, Grandma, but I don't really give a damn about what happens to them. All of that turmoil is over for me. I fully comprehend. You don't need their troubles because you've made a nice life for yourself. She is correct. I have a job, an apartment, and a rising savings account each month. I'm examining homes. At work, I'm forming friendships. On the weekends, I go trekking. I have a nice life. How are you doing with all of this? I inquire. I'm all right, sweetie. I've been seeing this family dynamic for years, and I've always known that it will ultimately catch up to them. I'm simply sorry it took this long. Grandma, you were always kind to me. The only person who ever gave a damn about what I was doing was you. Alice, you're a good girl. You were and always were. Your parents just were unable to perceive it. I consider what she told me after we hang up. I'm pleased that I'm no longer involved, but I also feel justified that my parents are now being held accountable for their treatment of me. I look at real estate listings for the remainder of the day. I come upon an ideal-looking home with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lovely yard, and above all, a peaceful area with fast internet. My office is nearly an hour away, but because I work from home most days, that isn't an issue. I give the realtor a call and arrange for a viewing for the following weekend. Considering my current pay, the cost is comfortably within my means. I think I could put down 20% and still have a lot of money left over for emergency savings and furnishings. I'm preparing supper that evening when my phone buzzes with a text from an unidentified number. I consider ignoring it, but then I think it could be the real estate agent. It isn't. David is here. I have a new phone, Alice, but I know you banned our numbers. We must speak. After a minute of staring at the message, I delete it without replying. Another text message arrived 5 minutes later. My in-laws are inquiring about you. My marriage is suffering because of this. I also removed that one. Then, just give me a call back, please. I am aware of our error. Remove. I apologize, Alice. All of us are. Could we please have a conversation? I shut off my phone and get dinner ready. This is not going to fool me. Their only reason for apologizing is that their behavior is now causing their beloved David to suffer. They have no regrets about how they have treated me over the years. With a view of the mountains, I have dinner on my balcony. I'll send the realtor an email on the home tomorrow. I might acquire a home in a few months if all goes according to plan. I've been in California for a year now, and now I'm standing in my own kitchen. My home. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lovely yard with fruit trees, and the finest internet connection I've ever had. I still can't believe I did it. The phone rings when I'm brewing coffee. My granny is here. Hello, grandmother. How are you? I'm doing well, my love. How is the new home doing? It is flawless. I adore this place. I can work from home anytime I want because I have my home office set up. My neighbors are quite kind and the area is peaceful. Alice, I'm so pleased for you. You are deserving of everything. Thank you. The fact that I genuinely own a home still amazes me. I'm doing better than I ever thought I would at 28. You ought to be pleased with yourself. You've done so much by yourself. I am proud and I'm planning to stay here for a long time, maybe forever. That sounds fantastic. If you would like to hear it, I have some news regarding your family. I take a seat at the table in my kitchen. Sure, I guess. Well, things are not going well in David's marriage. Because of your absence at the wedding, the bride's parents never fully recovered. It's creating issues, and they keep bringing it up. That's too bad for David, I guess. Your parents are still attempting to get in touch with you. Everyone in the family has been asked if they know your new address or phone number. I hope nobody's giving it to them. Obviously not. You deserve your privacy, I informed everyone, and you should contact your parents if you wish to speak with them. Thank you for that. Every few weeks, your father calls and asks me to persuade you to see him at home. I tell him over and over again that's not my place. They want to make things right because they miss you, he adds. However, he generally goes on to say something about your achievement and how they are now proud of you. So, they still don't get it. No, they don't. They think this is about money or success. They don't understand that it's about how they treated you for your entire life. After we hang up, I walk around my house. My living room has a comfortable couch and a big TV. My office has everything I need for work. My guest room is ready for when Emma and Mike come visit next month. I think about what my grandmother told me. A year ago, I might have felt bad about David's marriage problems or my parents' regrets. But now, I just feel nothing. Not anger, not sadness, not guilt, just nothing. I made the right choice moving here and cutting contact with them. My life is so much better without their drama and their demands and their fake interest in my success. I'm sitting on my back porch that evening, looking at the sunset, when my phone buzzes with a message from another unknown number. Alice, this is Mom. I got a new phone number. Please call me. We need to talk. I stare at the message for a minute, then delete it. 2 hours later, another one. Alice, I know you're getting these messages. Your father and I realize we made mistakes. We want to fix things. Delete. Then, we know you're successful now and we're proud of you. We should have been better parents. Delete. Please just give us one chance to explain. Delete. David's marriage is in trouble because of this situation. You're our daughter and we love you. I laugh out loud at that one before deleting it. The messages keep coming over the next few days. Mom, Dad, David, even some relatives I barely know. They're all trying different approaches: guilt, pride, family loyalty, even threats. But I don't respond to any of them. I'm done with all of it. I block the new numbers as they come in. I change my phone number and only give it to people I actually want to talk to. I make sure my address isn't listed anywhere online. A month later, I'm having dinner with some coworkers when one of them asks about my family. Do you have siblings? She asks. Nope, I say. Just me. What about your parents? They're not really part of my life anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. That must be difficult. Actually, it's not difficult at all. It's been the best decision I ever made. And I mean it. I don't miss them. I don't wonder what they're doing. I don't feel guilty about not talking to them. I'm just living my life. 6 months later, I get a promotion at work. My salary goes up by another 30%, and I'm now leading a team of developers. My boss tells me I'm one of the most talented programmers she's ever worked with. I celebrate by buying myself a new car and taking a vacation to Japan. I send my grandmother photos from Tokyo, and she's so excited for me. You're living your best life, sweetheart, she says when I call her from my hotel. Grandma, I truly am. I've never been happier as I am now. That's all I ever wanted for you. I understand. I appreciate your unwavering support. I discover a note in my mailbox after returning from Japan. My father sent it, and he managed to locate my address somehow. I never even crack it open. I simply toss it in the garbage. I don't require their justifications, regrets, or apologies. I don't require their fictitious love, their fortune, or their approval. I have my future, my friends, my grandma, my job, and my home. Everything I need is here. Next year, I intend to enlarge my home, maybe adding a home gym and a larger office. I'm considering acquiring a dog. For fun, I'm thinking of enrolling in some graduate classes online. My life is comfortable, joyful, and serene. I choose for myself. I don't have to put up with the drama of others. I take care of my own concerns. I occasionally ponder what could have occurred if my parents had behaved differently toward me as a child, if they had encouraged, supported, and been proud of me. However, I now understand that I might not have developed into the strong, independent person I am today if they had.